Gallery Experience. How to display art. Episode 10. How to arrange a group exhibition so it doesn't look random. Have you ever walked into a group exhibition and immediately noticed something strange? There are many talented artists. There are many beautiful paintings. But somehow, the exhibition doesn't feel like one exhibition. It feels like 20 different people brought their paintings and put them wherever there was an empty space. One painting is a landscape. Next to it is a portrait. Then an abstract. Then a photograph. Then a sculpture. Then a nude figure. Then another landscape. Nothing is necessarily wrong with any individual artwork. The problem is the relationship between them. A group exhibition can be one of the most exciting forms of an art show. You bring different artists together, different personalities, different backgrounds, different techniques, different ways of seeing the world. That diversity can be wonderful. But diversity without organization can quickly become visual chaos. So how do you create a group exhibition that feels intentional? The first step is to establish a reason for bringing the artists together. There should be something connecting them. It could be a theme. It could be a particular community. It could be a location. It could be a cultural idea. It could be a particular medium. Or it could simply be a shared question. For example, what does beauty mean today? How do artists understand identity? What does home mean? How do we experience nature? What does the human figure represent? Now imagine 10 artists responding to the same question. Their paintings don't have to look alike. In fact, it may be better if they don't. One artist may create a realistic portrait. Another may create an abstract interpretation. Another may create photography. Another may create sculpture. The differences become interesting because they are responding to the same idea. The exhibition now has a conversation. Without a theme or organizing principle, the viewer may have difficulty understanding why these particular artists are together. The second step is to think about visual rhythm. You don't want all of the strongest colors in one corner. You don't want all of the largest paintings on the same wall. You don't want all of the small paintings hidden at the end. You want the eye to move. Imagine walking through a room. You see a large dramatic painting. Then perhaps a quieter group of smaller works. Then another strong piece. Then a calm section. Then something unexpected. The exhibition begins to breathe. This is similar to music. If every instrument plays at maximum volume from beginning to end, the listener becomes exhausted. A good exhibition needs quiet moments and energetic moments. Another important decision is how to group the artists. Should each artist have their own wall? Should the artists be mixed together? There is no single answer. Sometimes giving an artist their own section is the best choice. If an artist has a strong body of related work, grouping the paintings together allows visitors to understand that artist's voice. They can see the development from one work to the next. But sometimes mixing artists creates a more interesting conversation. Imagine one artist creates traditional figurative paintings. Another creates contemporary abstract paintings. Instead of separating them completely, perhaps one figurative painting can be placed beside an abstract work that shares a similar color or emotional quality. Suddenly the viewer begins comparing them. The two artists are having a visual conversation. This can be much more interesting than simply putting each artist into a separate corner. But there is an important warning. Don't mix artwork simply because there is empty space. Every placement should have a reason. Ask, why are these two paintings next to each other? What happens when the viewer sees them together? Does one strengthen the other? Does one create contrast? Does one provide a transition? If the answer is nothing, consider moving them. Another important issue is fairness. Artists participating in a group exhibition often care deeply about how much space they receive. Someone may ask, why does she have 3 paintings on that wall, and I only have 2? Why is his painting near the entrance? Why is my work in the back? These concerns are understandable. But equal wall space does not always produce equal visual importance. A huge painting may need more space than 3 small paintings. A delicate work may need more breathing room. A sculpture may need physical space around it. So the organizer needs to communicate clearly. The goal is not to give everyone exactly the same number of inches. The goal is to create a strong exhibition while giving every artist a meaningful presence. This is why planning should happen before installation day. Ask artists to submit photographs of their work. Record dimensions. Record the medium. Record the framing. Then create a floor plan. Even a simple sketch can help. Don't wait until everyone arrives with their artwork and start moving paintings around randomly. That can become stressful very quickly. Another important consideration is the number of artists. Sometimes fewer artists create a stronger exhibition. Imagine an exhibition with 6 artists and 20 carefully selected works. Each artist has enough space. The viewer can understand the differences between them. Now imagine 30 artists in the same room. Each artist has only one small painting. The viewer may see many names, but remember very few. More artists doesn't necessarily mean more successful. Sometimes a smaller, carefully selected group creates a much stronger experience. This is also important when you want artists to bring their friends and audiences. A group exhibition can be a wonderful way to build community. If 10 artists participate, each artist may invite friends, family, collectors, colleagues, and supporters. Suddenly the exhibition has a larger audience. But the organizer should still protect the quality of the exhibition. You don't want to invite artists simply because they can bring people. The artwork still needs to belong to the exhibition. A successful group show can create a wonderful balance. Artists bring their communities. The curator creates the structure. The gallery creates the environment. And the audience completes the experience. Now let's talk about selling. If the purpose of the exhibition includes sales, the arrangement becomes even more important. You don't want price tags dominating the walls. You don't want visitors to feel as though they are walking through a store. The artwork should remain the primary experience. But the information needs to be easy to find. Artist name, title, medium, size, price. Perhaps a QR code or simple catalog. The visitor should be able to find the information without interrupting their experience. And if you are organizing a show specifically to attract buyers, think beyond individual collectors, who might actually purchase the work. Interior designers, hotels, restaurants, corporate offices, healthcare and wellness spaces, architecture and design firms, local businesses, community organizations, collectors, art consultants. These audiences may be interested in different kinds of artwork. So the exhibition should communicate professionalism. Good installation tells potential buyers that the artists are serious. It says that the work is being presented with care. And that can influence how people perceive its value. Finally, remember something very important. A group exhibition is not supposed to erase individuality. The goal is not to make every artist look the same. The goal is to create a structure where individuality becomes more visible. Imagine a choir. Every singer has a different voice. But they are not all singing random notes. There is harmony. There is rhythm. There is structure. And because of that structure, each voice can be heard. A great group exhibition works the same way. Different artists. Different voices. One meaningful experience. So before opening a group exhibition, walk through the entire space as a visitor. Don't ask, "Did we fit everything?" Ask, "Does this make sense? Does my eye know where to go? Are there quiet moments? Are there strong moments? Can I understand the artists? Can I move comfortably?" Can I remember something when I leave? And most importantly, does this exhibition feel intentional? Because the difference between a room full of paintings and a successful group exhibition is not necessarily the quality of the artwork. It is the relationship between the artworks. When those relationships are carefully considered, something beautiful happens. The artists remain individuals, but together, they create something larger than any one of them could create alone. That is the power of a group exhibition. And that is the gallery experience.